Good morning and welcome back to Stretchies and Stuff. My name is Jane and today I have got a 15-minute flow for you to start your day with. Grab a block or a pillow, something to sit on, your mat, and feel free to pad your knees at any time during this practice. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna get started in a nice active child's pose here. So bring your knees nice and wide and sit your hips back towards your heels and walk your hands out onto the mat. But instead of bringing the whole upper body flopped onto the ground, let's keep the fingers nice and engaged, nice and wide, and keep the elbows off the ground and push into the hands to encourage the hips back towards the heels. Your head can still rest on the ground here, but if you can't reach the ground with your head, you can always use your pillow underneath your forehead. You can always also put the pillow in between this area, between your thigh and your calf, if you feel like there's a ton of space there. So get comfortable in this child's pose. Really push with the hands into the ground. Breathe into the back body. Stimulate the digestive system this morning by sending deep breath into the belly, compressing the intestines on the thighs, stimulating a little bit of action in there. And start to come into that ujjayi breathing. So constriction in the back of the throat, breathing in and out through the nose. And then right away, walk the left hand over to the left and the right hand over to the left. Push the right hip back in towards the right heel to get a nice deep stretch in the right side body. Really claw the ground with the right hand, and you can almost push the ground away with the left hand just to get that opposing action here, creating a little bit more traction. And then walk yourself over to the other side. Wake up the left side of the body, really push the left hip back to the left heel. And you can push away with the right hand. And then come right back to center. Plant the hands on the ground and gently bring yourself up into your hands and knees position. And now, if in hands and knees, the 90-degree angle is too much on the wrists, you can always make a bit of a bigger angle by bringing your shoulders back a little bit. But generally, we want to have our shoulders over our wrists, hips over our heels. And now we're going to walk our hands forward and come into this puppy dog pose we've been practicing a little bit in my classes. So walk the hands forward, push the ground away, but try to keep the hips over the knees, push the tailbone up to the sky, and let the upper body melt in between the arms. Maybe the forehead comes to the ground. Breathe into the heart. Starting to open up the chest. 2 more breaths here. And then bring yourself back up. Hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and just lift the knees off the ground. Breathe into the belly, gently, softly, slowly waking up the core. 2 more breaths here. Maybe you're starting to shake, maybe the temperature is rising. And then lift the hips all the way up to the sky. Maybe walk the hands forward. Find a nice downward facing dog. And right away, we're gonna come through a little mini vinyasa. So walk yourself forward into plank, lower the knees, tilt the hips up and lower the chest and chin. Plant the tops of the feet on the ground and come up into your baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale again, baby cobra. And push through hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And then lower the knees down and come into your tabletop position. Now let's step that left leg back, kick that left leg back rather, and just kick it out behind you to start. Breathing into the core, and then just gently step it down, come onto the inner edge of the left foot, and then swivel the right foot out and come into this nice modified side plank. You can start with the left arm up overhead, and then face the left palm down to the ground and reach it in line with the ear. Really push into everything that's on the ground. So that knee, foot, hand, and maybe look up towards the sky. And breathe here. Ujjayi breath. If the neck doesn't like this, you can always look down or straight ahead. And then on your exhale, sweep that left hand forward and follow it with the right hand. And just come onto a hands and knees here, but with the left leg kicked out to the side. Just breathe here, explore this new position, and see what happens if you push a little bit stronger into that left foot. So we get a nice inner thigh stretch here. Flatten the right foot and just bring your hips back to your heels and come into a nice one-legged child's pose. So reach the hands away. You might want some padding under your back foot or under your back knee. And then peel yourself back up. Walk the hands in, bring the hands to the hips, and then walk the left fingers down the left leg and circle the right arm up overhead. Reach to the left. Bending now into the left side, opening the right side body. And exhale, cartwheel the arms both down to the right and come forward. So pivot that right knee back to forward and tuck the toes. Come all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, mini vinyasa. Inhale up. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. And in this downward facing dog, simply step the right foot forward. Come down onto the left knee and inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Sink into that front knee. Try to zip up through the core. And exhale, open the arms up in a cactus position. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, look up. Exhale, cactus. One more time. Exhale, cactus. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees and come back to child's pose. Quick child's pose. One more breath. And inhale, bring yourself back up. Stay here. I'm going to switch directions so that you can see. And step this time. That right leg back. So really push, point the toes down so that the hips are in line or as in line as possible. Just thinking about it. Turn on the core. And then lower that right foot down in line with the left, inner edge of the foot on the ground. Kickstand the left leg out. Maybe walk the left hand a little farther forward and sweep the right arm up overhead. Right arm is in line with the right ear. And really push the hips up towards the sky. Do what feels right for your neck here. If looking up is too much, you can always look down or in front. And just breathe into the body here. And exhale, sweep the arms forward. Plant both hands under the shoulders and come, just zip up through the core and just stay here with your hands and knees pretty much. One-legged hands and knees. And then sit the hips back to the heels. Come into that one-legged child's pose. Reach the arms forward. Taking any variation here. Maybe not coming back all the way. Using your pillow under your forehead or under your back leg. And just breathe into the side body. Into the inner thigh. And gently pull yourself back up. Walk the hands in. Bring the hands to the hips. Push into that outer right edge of the right foot. And gently walk the right fingers down the right leg. Reach the left arm up, stretching the other side of the body now. Left side gets the stretch. Breathe into the ribs. Neck does what feels right for the neck. And then exhale, cartwheel both hands back down. Bring the knees to face forward. Tuck the back toes. Step the left foot back. Find your plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. From this down dog, simply bring the left foot forward, lower the right knee, inhale, reach the arms up, find that nice low lunge, Anjaneyasana, and try to square the hips by scissoring the right hip forward, left hip back. Tuck the tailbone, zip up through the core, the lower ribs, and cactus on the exhale. Inhale, reach the fingers up, look up. Exhale. One more time, reach the arms up. Exhale, open. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the toes, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, chest and chin. And come up into your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees and find yourself a nice seat. So grab your block if you have one, or a pillow. And if you can find a nice cross-legged position, that's awesome. If not, that's also just fine. You can even sit up against a wall here if that feels better in your body. So just be comfortable. We're gonna close the practice with some nice upper body stretches. So inhale to reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, circle them down by the sides. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm down, left fingertips over the right ear. Stretch the right side of the neck. Breathe here. Gently release. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, other side, right fingertips on top of left ear. Walk those left fingers away from the body. Right ear to right shoulder. Nice breath into the neck, focusing on the side body today. And gently release. Bring yourself into some nice half circles with the neck. See what's going on in the back of the neck. Notice if you find any areas that need a little bit of extra attention and just stop there. And then bring the head back in line with the neck. And just feel a little bit of softness in the head, almost like it's floating. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Bring the hands to prayer overhead. Interlace the hands and push the hands up towards the sky. Breathe into the side body here. Strengthen the arms. And then exhale, twist over to the right side, just with the upper spine. So it's going to be a nice subtle twist here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, circle the arms all the way down, but this time bring the left hand to the left knee, right fingertips tent behind the back. Bigger twist here, look over the right shoulder. And exhale, come back through center. Inhale, circle the arms up like you're gathering all the morning sun energy. And lower the hands, right hand to left knee, left fingertips plant behind the back and twist. Look over the left shoulder. Breathe into the digestive system, into the spine. And gently come back to center. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead again. Really imagine the sunshine in your arms. Bring the hands to prayer and bring the palms all the way down to heart center. Take a moment, bow the chin to your chest. Set an intention for your day. Maybe it's just to bring some of this feeling that you have cultivated through yoga into your day. To focus on the breath a little bit more today. Or to consciously do some acts of kindness. Thank you so much for sharing your morning yoga practice with me, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your morning practice with me. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and all that YouTube stuff. See you next time.